Hi guys, I seem to have been tied up doing a lot of solar projects recently, and I'm just going to do another one. I did a solar powered clock a while back. When I say solar powered, all it was I had a solar panel directly across a battery, a nickel metal hydride battery, that then fed into the clock. And during the day, the solar panel would top up the nickel metal hydride battery, and during the night, obviously the clock would be running directly off the battery. Now, the way I did it, I had it all set up in separate modules. We had the solar panel, the battery, and the clock. And I was just wondering whether I could modify this clock, which comes from Poundland, and just bring a couple of wires out. I can't even get it open. Just need stronger nails than I've got, I think. Yeah, just solder a couple of wires in there onto the actual tags. Put the battery straight in there. Okay, that one's a tight fit. I put it in the right way round. Yeah, that's the right way round. Probably wants to go in that end first. Yeah, it's happier that way round. Okay. There's enough power on that battery to get it running. Meter. Let's have a quick look, see what we've got on that battery. What I'm getting around to saying is all I'm going to do is solder that onto the tags, that solar panel, stick it on top there and leave it in the window and see if that keeps it charged up. The other one that I did is up in the front bedroom, and every so often I go up there and take a meter reading. I've actually left a meter permanently attached to it so that I can see, and it's continuously over 1.4 volts, which is a fully charged nickel metal hydride battery. Yeah, that's 1.3 at the moment. Can we see that? Yeah, that's on 1.3. So I'm not quite sure what that battery actually produces. That battery, solar cell. To be honest, that looks like that's probably only 1.2 volts anyway. We'll put it on and see what happens. If it isn't enough, then we'll stick one of my bigger panels on it. I think that one's 5 volts, which is way over the top for what we need. Anyway, that's what I'll do. I will see if I can solder a couple of wires in there. I might even be able to solder them directly onto the battery. I'll see. That would be easiest if I solder it straight on the battery. Right, things have moved on a little bit. I couldn't get a good solder termination on the battery. Some batteries, they're all right, but that one is not. Whatever metal they've used, it doesn't like solder on it. So what I'm going to do is try and tuck the wires around the back of the tags. It's probably the easiest way to do it. Just get them down behind and twist them on. The other thing is, I measured the output from that one, and well, it was less than a volt. It might be a little bit more in strong sunlight, but it was pretty low. So I'm going to stick this one on it, which is probably going to be much too much for it. So I think this one's 5 volts. So we might end up blowing the clock up. Anyway, I'll strip these wires off, tuck them down behind the terminals and wrap them right the way round and twist them up tight. Funny how things just don't quite go the way you planned. I took the mechanism right out, which means I took the hands off. I've pushed them back on again, and I reckon I've got them loose. I don't reckon that minute hand is moving. I don't know. It might be. We'll see in a minute. Right, what we're going to do is just measure what we've got. So the solar panel is just wired across the terminals for the battery. So we should measure the battery voltage if we go on the solar panel. 1.29 at the moment. It's going up a little bit. Yeah, it's going up now. 1.296. 297. Yeah, that is going up. So that panel is putting some voltage into it. So what we want to do is just sit that on top of there. What a minute hand is moving. Panic over. The second hand was just rocking around because I knocked it right off. I've got them back on. So yeah, bit of blue tack on there just to hold it in place, and we'll measure it. In fact, what I really ought to do is add a couple more bits of wire on there so we can actually connect the meter up easily. So I might do that, add a couple of extra bits of wire so we can measure the voltage. Right, sun is shining this morning. I didn't get round to putting some extra leads on it, so I'm going to have to try and just connect on the back of the panel at the moment. I can find the terminals. Oh, come on. Got the tags the wrong way round, but we're up to 1.31 volts anyway. In fact, I turn that a bit more into the sun. Yeah, 1.32. So we're picking up power this morning with the sun on it. I'm actually hoping it doesn't need to be in direct sunlight. All right, we're just going to go out for our midday snack. But I've soldered up a couple of wires onto the solar panel, like I said I was going to, because I was doing something else in the background there, and I had the soldering iron out. So we should be able to go straight across here easily. .36. So we're definitely climbing. The only thing I am worried about is that panel is probably much too high a voltage. And we may actually end up overcharging the battery because I've got no charge protection on there whatsoever. So we will see. If we come back and it's popped, then we know it's overdone it. Which is why I'm talking about having it in indirect sunlight, in the shadows, because it'll still get enough ambient sunlight to charge the battery. Right, it's been in the window ledge. It's now, as you can see, 4:30. So I think we went out at about 12:30. So it's had about 4 hours, but not in direct sunlight. Let's just move that out of the way a second. 1.356. So that's actually, if I put that back on the 20 volt scale, so we haven't got the finer detail, I bet that says 1.36. If we get it on there. 1.35, okay. So that's dropped a little bit this afternoon, while it hasn't been in direct sunlight. The question is, will it survive through the night on that nickel metal hydride battery for long enough for it to charge back up again tomorrow? This is basically what I was doing with the other solar powered clock. So if you check the video description, you'll see the links to that playlist. Just for reference, this is the one that I did months ago now. Still going nicely. Battery, connect it up. Come on, settle down. 1.385. And this one doesn't get any direct sunlight at all. It's in this window. The sun comes round the other side of the house. So this is just what I call ambient sunlight here. But that's, to say, that one quite often's up at 1.4. Certainly 1.38 is a good, well-charged nickel metal hydride battery. So that's just for reference. It's the same clock, or same type of clock, different solar panel, and we've got the battery out here rather than actually in the back of the clock. Thanks for watching. If you want more information, check down below in the video description. If you like this video, you might like this one up here. And if you want to subscribe, you can check out my channel over here. Up here is my latest video on my channel, and down here is a video playlist associated with the video you've just watched. Thanks again for watching.